When building a kit, after the first initial paint job is done, I often feel like that I've reached the top of the hill and it's all downhill from here. But that's not really the truth. There's a lot of things that happen after your initial paint goes on some kits. Like an ITLAscale Models kit, where you've got signs, detail parts, more detail parts, and all that stuff. Honest. I have been sharing my scale modeling experiences on YouTube free of charge for over 2 years now. In that time, I've invested a lot of time and money into this project. Projects like these need funding to grow, and I'm asking for your help. Patreon.com/Ron Perry. Now recently I made an appearance on another show, and something happened that I'm not really comfortable with. I'm not afraid of saying. I was on the What's Neat show with Ken Patterson, and Ken says that Ron came here and built this kit in 2 hours, right? It might have been 3 hours. I built it over the period of a day, and you know, I built it fairly quick, okay? And I built it quick because I could. And that's the basic bottom line of it. I was on, like I had to pay for a rental car. I drove down there. I've got my wife and kids at home, and they're all like, oh, you're going without me, come back home, and you know, all that jazz. So I built the model, like I got in there and I got the job done and I went back home, right? But that's not something that I like to share with you, the viewers. And, you know, I'm not going to say anything to Ken or anything like that, but, you know, I'd prefer it if we didn't talk about how fast a model could be made. This is a model, case in point. Because if I'm sitting here worrying about how fast even as a custom builder, if I'm worried about how long it's going to take me to build a kit, I don't want to build it because I'm stressed out about it. You know, in this kit, I painted the kit in about, like I built the whole kit on camera in about 4 hours. Okay? But that doesn't mean that you should build it in 4 hours or even try to build it in 8. The point and purpose of a hobby is to find your inner peace. Not to compete against me. Okay? And I'm not saying this because I want to keep people down or anything like that. I'm worried about modelers forgetting to smell the roses, because you know that's what life is all about, is doing the things that make you feel awesome all the time. And you know, just because I am capable of whipping out a kit in no time at all, that's not because I do it all the time that way. It's because I've been doing it for so long, I'm capable of doing it. It's not that I want to do it that way. And even when I build clients' works and stuff like that, I force myself to enjoy the build sometimes. Recently I had a model that, the client took me right out of my comfort zone, and I didn't have any fun at all. So I think it's really important to share with you, the viewer, that building a model in 2 hours is fine and dandy, and you can probably tell all your friends and they'll think you're cool for it, but I don't think you're cool for it, okay? Because I don't think that you enjoyed your build. So let's get on to this build, where we're going to talk about all the little detail parts that are involved in it. And what we're going to work on today are signs and possibly windows. Maybe some more, I don't know. I don't know what happens in the video. I'm just here to narrate what happens, and this is where we start. Let's get it on. Now, as can be seen, this kit has a lot of signage and detail parts to be added to it. I decided to add my signs to the walls first because they're flat on my desk and easy to apply the sign with a bunch of force. You know, when you that's why I build structures backwards, as some people say. Because I like to get things done, you know, when the part is on the table, as opposed to doing it when it's all put together and all fragile and stuff. I've got, you know, man hands, so I don't know. I kind of break things often, and I like to just handle the situation fully. And that's why I usually paint and detail parts of my kits before I actually assemble them together. Another thing is I don't really sand down my signage to get it thin and all that jazz, especially in this situation, because the signs are going on top of a mortar or concrete section of the building, so that these signs, they really don't embed themselves into the brick etchings, which is one reason you would thin down your signs. And the other thing is I think it's kind of backwards to sand down paper signs. When I make my own signs out of tissue paper, you know, it's a lot more finer now. And I've been experimenting with that for the last year, and you know, I'm getting better at it. And tissue paper is an awesome product. And if anybody's building kits, if you're a kit creator or a designer, please consider laser printing your signs on tissue paper. Inkjet printers aren't the best, and when they get put on a model, some modelers actually screw them up. So because of the ink, it bleeds out all over the place and mucks the whole model up. So if you're building a kit, don't cheap out on the printing. Go down to you know, Staples or something and get your laser printing done there or something like that. I don't know what you have to do, but you know, crisp laser printing is really nice. Anyways, back to the model. One more note about the signs. Don't be afraid to cut away the signs to show the brick behind them in some of the parts of the kit. Now moving on, I wanted to add my big stack chimney to the wall to give the wall, you know, so that I could start my details somewhere. Because all these details have to fit somewhere in a realistic way. You know, you don't want to just shove them in all in one side of the building. And then again, not all the businesses have these details on them. So it's kind of important to look at the model and try to put these pieces in the right spot. And because the model can be built in so many different ways, it's possible that that there is no photo of your version of the building. And that's one of the great things about these buildings, is that they have those variations that you can do. So it really can be made into your structure. I really like the standing stack because it is a realistic representation of a chimney. And the brackets, the wall brackets, and the union joints that put the chimney together, they're all very realistic and etched with the little bolts around the outside.
Model Railroads and Structures Show is brought to you by Helicon Focus. Helicon Focus makes photo stacking easy, while making post-editing just plain simple. Get your 20% off a lifetime membership by going to modelersguild.com/HF. And we thank Helicon Focus for their support of the Model Railroads and Structures Show.
So first, I would like to apologize for taking so long to get this video out. It is harvest season out here in my neck of the woods, and there's a lot of work going on. Of course, I'm a farm hand, so I'm a busy guy this time of year. So I'll try to get the next video out next week. We're gonna get, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos. Try to get this story across in a proper way. But on a side note, I'm also doing a project over on Facebook. If you want to check that out, go ahead. If you like these projects, please consider becoming a patron or sending a one-off donation to streamlabs.com/Ron Perry, or if you want to be a ongoing supporter because you love the show, patreon.com/Ron Perry. Thanks for watching. I really love doing this, and I can't do it without you. So thanks for watching. Maybe I should shake my head. Talk to you later. Bye.